going? Stoudman coming back at you today with some Black Friday pickup stuff. I got some awesome 4K deals on Black Friday, and you may be saying, well, really? Why'd you buy all those 4K? Well, because one of the things that I got for Black Friday was this. So, now I'm behind the camera, and you can see for yourself that one of the big things I decided to purchase this Black Friday was a 43-inch LG monitor. I believe, there might be two different models of this out there, but there aren't that many. So if you look for a 43-inch LG monitor, this is probably the one, because there aren't that many 43-inch monitors out there. This is a 4K monitor. And yes, it's a monitor. It's not a TV. It's actually a monitor. Decided to get it as my foray into 4K because, well, I've already got an HD TV over here that I use as a monitor and have used as a monitor for quite some time, and I'm perfectly happy and fine with it. Don't really need anything more. It's a very nice, pretty big TV, does the trick, and I like the size of that one, so I said let's go a little bit bigger for the 4K here and get a monitor. That way I have a TV and a monitor, which worked out for me before, so I figured let's do it this way again. This came to about $400, which, yeah, I could have probably paid less and gotten a TV of the same size for that price, but I wanted the monitor, so I got a monitor, and it's really nice and I like it a lot. And to go with it, I got the Xbox One S, which, if you didn't know, actually can play 4K UHD discs. And it has a high-speed HDMI cable, which is hooked up to here. So yes, I can actually watch 4K content, 4K UHD discs, on this bad boy using this, which I got for $200. That puts it at a total of $600 for my 4K experience. And before anybody says, well, can you really tell the difference? I'll get a little bit more into that, but suffice it to say, for the moment, for the time being, that I'm sitting at any given time like 2.5 to 3 feet from this monitor. So if I'm sitting that close, yes, I can actually see the difference. It does actually make a difference. If you're sitting further away, maybe not. But for me at least, I've had no trouble seeing the difference. So with that said and done, I'm going to go ahead and start showing you what I picked up here. I got some stuff from Target. I got some stuff from Amazon. I also got some stuff from Best Buy, but I'm going to do that in a different video. This is going to be just stuff that I got from Amazon and Target. So I'll start off with the 3 for $40 deals that I got, because there were some pretty damn good deals that they had. 3 for $40, which means you get 3 4K titles and you pay $40 total, which means it comes to like $13.33 each, which is actually a pretty good price for 4K. Still, not on all of them. There are some titles, and there were even some titles on this particular list that were cheaper than that on their own. But there were also some titles on the list that almost never go down in price below like $20 freaking. So to be able to get them for less than $15, less than $14 even, is a fantastic deal, so I went ahead and got them. The first one that I took advantage of here, actually I believe these came from the Best Buy. I know I said I was going to do Best Buy in another video, but I might as well cover these as well, because I have a bunch of stuff to do in the Best Buy one. I don't want to take too much time doing that or this, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you the first 3 here that I got from Best Buy, which would be Ready Player One on 4K. I loved this movie when I saw it in theaters, and I knew that if I was going to see it again, I would want to see it in 4K, so now I have the 4K there. I also got The Dark Knight. If you're going to have one of the Christopher Nolan Batman movies in 4K. It might as well be The Dark Knight. I'll probably get the others at some point as well. But I figured this is one that I would want in high definition, given all the stuff that was done in like IMAX for the film and whatnot, and just some of the way that some of the shots that are in this film are freaking fantastic in high definition. I have no doubt they'll be freaking fantastic in 4K. So definitely wanted to check that one out. And then the third one I took advantage of in that 3 for $40 deal was Blade Runner The Final Cut. I do have the Blu-ray set with all the different cuts, so if I really want to see all those other different cuts, I can in high definition. It's not a problem. But to see any cut of Blade Runner in 4K, you kind of got to jump at that. You kind of got to jump at that opportunity. Don't know if you remember, but I took advantage of a 2 for $30 4K deal recently from Target a couple of months ago. And in that sale, I got it on 4K and I got Blade Runner 2049 on 4K. So, if I'm going to have Blade Runner 2049, I might as well have Blade Runner the original. So, that I'm sure will look freaking fantastic. So, not to be outdone, Amazon decided to also do a 3 for $40 deal. And during their 3 for $40 4K deal, they had a bunch of stuff that, again, typically does not go on sale for less than $15. I mean, I don't think, some of these titles I don't think have gone on sale for less than $15 ever anywhere at all, period. So, this was a deal I simply could not pass up. The first title in the 3 for $40 deal that I got from Amazon was Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which you may remember I already have in Blu-ray form. I have the Ultimate Special Deluxe version of that in like the hard box and everything with the nice booklet and everything. But even though I have that, still wanted to get this because, well, it's one of those movies that's going to benefit from 4K. There aren't many out there. There are a lot of movies like comedy movies and whatnot that are not going to benefit from 4K at all. I'm well aware of that. But in this case, this is one that's definitely going to benefit, so definitely wanted to get that. And then another genre that sadly is sorely lacking when it comes to 4K, but absolutely benefits from it, is the Western, and Unforgiven is definitely one of the best Westerns. I think it's fair to say it's the best Western out on 4K right now. It's one of the best Western films ever made. You know, it's where that line, "deserves got nothing to do with it," comes from. Very, very excellent movie. A revisionist Western for the ages. Fan-freaking-tastic here. And from what I've heard, looks fantastic in 4K. Doesn't surprise me because, well, first of all, it was shot and directed by Clint Eastwood. Second of all, it's a Western in 4K. Wide open vistas as far as the eye can see. It's going to look freaking beautiful in 4K because that's the kind of thing that looks freaking amazing in 4K. So, yeah, glad to have gotten that for a very good price. $13.33, not that bad. And then finally, last but not least, I got Mad Max Fury Road. Wow. I mean, the movie did win an award for its cinematography. Did it not? I mean, for crying out loud. The way this movie was shot will be talked about for generations. So, yeah, it's gonna benefit. Especially there's a lot of wide open vistas in this one as well. There's a lot of computer generated stuff that might not look as good in 4K, but all the wide open vistas and everything gonna look really good in 4K. So, definitely wanted to have that. And that was the last of the 3 for $40 deals that I took advantage of. I do have another selection of 3 for $40 deals that I got. 3 extra titles that I got more recently. Haven't come in the mail yet, but that's what I have to show you so far. So let's go ahead and move on from that to the random titles that I decided to pick up as they were price matched by Amazon throughout the week. You know how Amazon does during Black Friday. They'll look at what other companies like Best Buy and Target and Walmart are doing, and they'll just price match them. That's pretty much their modus operandi, if you will. So, throughout the week, they decided to price match a couple of titles that I wasn't too sure about getting because, well, some of them, in some cases, they were like either not available online at the other retailers or they just weren't what we thought they were going to be, right? So the first one to mention here, I think, I'll just start off with Independence Day. This one, I can't remember if it was Best Buy, Walmart, or Target, but it was one of those companies, and they were selling this for, I believe, $9, and I paid about the same price here to get it on 4K. I figured, well, it's not a terrible price, and again, it's a sci-fi movie. Sci-fi benefits very, very much from the highest possible quality of image, and especially with like special effects stuff, you're definitely going to be able to tell. In some cases, with special effects in these older movies, you're going to be able to tell even more when those special effects don't quite hold up as well in the higher definition, but at the same time, like as some people have pointed out, that's actually kind of part of the charm of it. And even if the special effects don't necessarily look as good anymore, it's still going to be a pretty awesome pretty awesome movie to watch, simply because of the way that it's shot, and I think it's going to look really good in 4K. So, while I have high hopes for it at least, I figured this is one that I'd want to have in the highest possible quality, and that's why I got it, especially since it was so dang cheap. Then I decided to pick up Jurassic Park, the 25th anniversary collection, which has Jurassic Park 1, 2, 3, and Jurassic World. Does not have the 5th Jurassic World movie, but I also got that for a pretty good price. It just was out of stock when I got it, so it might not arrive for another 2 freaking months. I know, I couldn't believe it either, but whatever. Decided to get here the Jurassic Park 4 film set, quite frankly, for a few reasons. Yes, I could have gone for the 5 film set, wouldn't have saved as much money with it, number one. Number two, although I like the cover art for it, I like this much better. I feel like this is a much better cover for a Jurassic Park set, so kind of wanted this one. And Best Buy had it marked down to $20 on Black Friday for the 4K. Yes, it is actually a 4K set. They had to mark down to $20, but the catch was that it was only available in stores. So you had to go out to the store in order to get the deal. And I don't have a Best Buy near me, and I wasn't really interested in going to a Best Buy store. I wasn't really interested in going anywhere for Black Friday. I just wanted everything delivered to me, which is pretty much what I did. So I just was like, well, I guess I'm not going to get it. And then Amazon price matched it. And then Amazon price matched it. So the second I saw the price match, like 15 minutes after it went up, I was just like, oh, yoink, mine, buy now. And that's what I did. So $20, and I got the 25th anniversary collection, which comes on this nice little, well, nice hard cardboard there, and this cool little booklet, not unlike the Indiana Jones Blu-ray set. Little booklet with all the discs in it, and they all fit, I wouldn't say snugly in here, because really fits snug. Won't fall out at all, except it will, and it keeps doing that. And I don't know if you can tell, it really sinks in there. So it's not the perfect set, but 4 movies on 4K for $20 total. That's $5 a movie, and it's the Jurassic Park movies, which are going to look great on 4K. Well, maybe not the third one. But, you know, at least the first two you definitely want on 4K. It's one of those movies that you always get with every successive generation of high quality televisions and stuff, because it's one of those movies you get to like show off to people, if you will, you know. So yep, definitely wanted to have this in my collection, and glad I got it for such an amazing price. Next up is another one I got from Best Buy. It was part of the early Black Friday sale, like the Best Buy member thing. Like a day or two before Black Friday actually happens, Best Buy will have their pre-Black Friday sale for Best Buy members with Best Buy reward cards or whatever, and give them an opportunity to get some of the deals before anybody else. So when they had that going on, I managed to snag one title in particular, which I got for $10, and that was King Kong, the Ultimate Edition on 4K. Again, this is one of those titles that it's a sci-fi movie. It's going to look pretty damn good in the highest possible quality. So definitely wanted to get this one on 4K, and to be able to get it for $10 is a freaking steal. Fantastic deal right there. Is it the best King Kong movie ever made? No. Is it a pretty good King Kong movie that was directed by a very well-known and respected director and looks really good in high definition, possibly in 4K as well, but I don't know yet because I haven't seen the 4K yet? Yes. Yes, I can say that confidently. So anyways, last but not least here, I'm going to cover the titles that I got from Target, because Target price matched some of their deals online, so I decided to take advantage of some of those deals online. The first that I wanted to get, which was a fantastic deal, was The Greatest Showman, which I saw with my family last Christmas in theaters, and for like a few months after we saw the movie, the kids were just singing the songs from the movie over and over and over and over and over again. It was just stuck in their head. They loved the movie. And I could see why, because I had a lot of fun with it too. This is a really good movie, you guys. It's like a hidden gem, I would say. I'm sure a lot of people know about it and a lot of people love it, but like for those who don't, for those who haven't given this a chance, oh my god, this is really good. Even if you don't like musicals, you're probably going to enjoy this. But if you do like musicals, you're really going to enjoy this. So, yeah, very good stuff here, and glad to have gotten it in 4K. Is this the kind of movie that really benefits from 4K? I don't know. But it was $9, so I didn't really care. And then last but not least here from Target, I decided to pick up Deadpool 2 for $9. This is the super duper cut of Deadpool 2 on 4K for $9 freaking dollars. That's a fantastic deal. The movie just came out this year. And yes, they are re-releasing it with like a bunch of new stuff. The PG-13 cut or whatever. Back to theaters this December. However, it's worth noting, it's worth pointing out that they're probably going to do a separate release entirely for that PG-13 cut. They might do a release that has both of them together, but how long is it going to be before that release is down to like the $9 or $10 range? Probably a little while. So while I might get that cut at some point, I figured I'm just going to get this one for now and be happy with it for $9 freaking bucks, because that's a really good deal. So, all told, oh my goodness, there's so much. I got quite a few 4K titles, and this is just, for the most part, I mean, some of these are from Best Buy, but this is just stuff that I got from Amazon and just randomly here and there. I haven't even gotten to the stuff that I like splurged on when it came to Best Buy. Wait till you see, guys. There's like 20 freaking titles from Best Buy. I'm not even kidding. Very cool stuff. Really bulking up my 4K collection here, but there's more. Oh, there is so much more, you guys. I think you're going to love it. I know I'm happy with all this stuff, and I can't wait to show you more. But for now, that'll do it for me today. But I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comments below. I know some of you are just like 4K is pointless and worthless. I don't understand. We can discuss that if you want to. Just leave a comment and I'll tell you my thoughts on 4K. I kind of went into detail about some of the things that I feel about it. Like, there are some movies that there's no purpose in getting in 4K. But others, I think you can get some benefit from it if you're a huge movie buff like I am, and you are sitting close enough to your big old 4K screen. Then yeah, you can probably tell some of the differences, and you might appreciate those differences if you're just a huge movie buff like I am. I'm not saying that makes me better than anybody else. I'm just saying that anybody else who is a huge movie buff, anybody who loves movies as much as I or any other movie buff out there does, is probably going to want a 4K TV at some point. They're probably going to want to watch some 4K content at some point, because although their difference isn't out of this world the way they try to make it look and try to make it sound, it's definitely not out of this world, but it is a big enough difference, I feel like, that bigger movie fans, like huge movie fans, people who watch movies all the freaking time and love them and cherish them and study them, are going to appreciate that difference. Even if it's minute, they're going to appreciate that difference. Those are my thoughts on it. That's why I got a 4K TV. That's why I got all these 4K discs. That's why I'm so happy about all this stuff. So yeah, that'll do it for me today. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later. Peace.